Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lydia and I make faith-based content here on YouTube. I do release new videos every Tuesdays, and if you've been with us on this journey so far, you know what we're all about. We're all about doing the journey with each other from conversion to spiritual maturity. And over the last couple of weeks, we've been covering a few basic concepts of Christianity, what do they mean and how we can actually apply them to our lives. And as of today, we're going to be covering actually the journey. How do we now begin to walk out this journey of faith towards maturity? Today is just more of an introductory video of the things that we're going to be talking about. And so what does the journey of spiritual maturity actually look like? It looks like, firstly, sitting, walking, standing, and then running. Sitting what? Let's look at Ephesians chapter 2 verse 6, which says, "And God raised us up with Christ and seated us with him in heavenly realms in Christ Jesus." So our journey begins with us actually sitting and resting in what Christ has already done for us, as opposed to us trying to achieve something, as opposed to just like the same way that we receive salvation, we actually live it out by actually resting in Christ, being in Christ, instead of trying to do it and achieve this whole walk, this whole journey in our own strength. So that's the part of sitting. So it begins with sitting, realizing that it's all about what Christ has already done, as opposed to what we have to do. And then secondly, when we come out of that, well, it's actually a continuous journey of sitting. And then once we actually have lean into the sitting part, then we go into the walking part, walking out what we know, walking out and our journey of sanctification, which is walking out and developing that Christ-like character in our walk, in our daily living, in interaction with other people. Let's look at Ephesians 4 verse 1, which says, "Therefore I, the prisoner for the Lord, urge you to walk worthy of the calling you have received." So the second part of our journey is walking out what we have received. And then thirdly, stand. Let's look at Ephesians 6 verse 11, which says, "Put on the full armor of God so that you can stand against the tactics of the devil, the enemy of our soul." Just edit that. That's who he is. He's the enemy of our soul. So we learn as we first sit in Christ, learn to sit and rest in Christ and what he has already done and accomplished for us. And then we begin to walk out and develop the Christ-like nature in our daily walk with each other. And then thirdly, we learn to stand against what the tactics of the enemy of our soul that he brings against us. And then fourthly, we run our race that has been set out before us. Each of us have a unique and divine calling that's upon our lives, and that also is part of our journey. Firstly, we learn how to walk out the Christian walk, and then we learn how to run our race faithfully. And let's look at Hebrews 12 verse 1 to 2, which says, "Therefore, since we also have such a large cloud of witnesses surrounding us, let us lay aside every weight and the sin that so easily ensnares us. Let us run with endurance the race that lies before us, keeping our eyes on Jesus, the source and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that lay before him endured a cross and despised the shame. He sat down at the right hand of God's throne." So we run our race. As we come to know the Father, he teaches us and reveals to us what he has individually called us to do, and we run with endurance because we've learned to stand against the enemy of our soul. We now are free to run and remove any weight or snare or sin that tries to enclench itself upon us. So that's it for today. So today is more just basically an introduction of what we're going to be covering and talking about over the next couple of weeks. So love you guys. As always, stay encouraged on this journey. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Just run your race in your lane. Run your race in your lane, developing your intimate individual relationship with the Father, and share with anyone in your world. And see you next week. Happy Easter. Amazing. Bye. Please do remember to subscribe and catch you next week. Cheers. Bye.